This conference will now be recorded.
Hello students. So in the third chapter, we are going to part 5. So in this NEET syllabus, you know that we have to learn about classification of plants into major groups like algae, bryophytes, pteridophytes, and gymnosperms. So here we have already covered algae, bryophytes, and pteridophytes. Next, we are moving to the little more advanced type of plants, which is gymnosperms. Okay, so here the main features or the characteristic features, which are the salient features and distinguishing features of all these uh, plant groups, like whatever may be, it is algae, bryophytes, pteridophytes, or gymnosperms, or even angiosperms. We have to learn the main salient features or distinguishing features, even for the board exam as well as these NEET exam. We have to learn the important features and any two examples from each one. Okay, so while choosing the examples, learn about the special ones and any exceptional cases are there that you need to note down, because that kind of questions you can expect. Clear? So here we are moving to gymnosperms. Okay, so gymnosperms. Gymno means naked. Sperma means seed. Okay, so gymnosperm means the plants which are having naked seed. Okay, so the plants in which the ovule are not enclosed by any ovary wall. So there is no ovary wall for ovule. So ovule is not enclosed by any ovary wall, and that ovule is remain exposed. So it's not covered by any ovary wall and it is exposed. So before fertilization and after fertilization, it is exposed and it is not covered by any ovary wall. That's why it is called as gymnosperm. That means naked seed. Okay. So study of gymnosperms. Study of gymnosperms, that is called as gymnospermology. It's very easy. Gymnospermology. There is no confusing term here. Gymnosperm study, that is called as gymnospermology. Okay, and here now we are moving to the features of gymnosperms. Here, main plant body. The main plant body of gymnosperm, that is divided into root, stem, and leaf. Root, stem, and leaves. So the main plant body of gymnosperm is divided into root, stem, and leaves. Okay, and here roots. About root we are saying means the roots are generally tap roots. Okay, tap roots means it will be stronger, not fibrous one. So generally roots are tap roots, and here in some genera or some types, in some plants, like some gymnosperms, we can see the that means mainly with fungal association. So we can say in mycorrhiza, which is having fungal association. This is in Pinus we can see. So while some others like Cycas, in these and all some specialized roots we can see, which are called as coralloid roots. Special roots. Special roots which are called as coralloid roots. Okay, coraloid roots, and that are associated with, what is the function of these roots, coraloid roots? This is associated with nitrogen fixing cyanobacteria. Nitrogen fixing cyanobacteria. And here in cycas, we can say in cycas roots are of two types, that is tap roots and coraloid roots. In cycas, this is cycas, that is gymnosperm. In that, here roots are of two types, tap root and coraloid root. Because we said here in cycas and all, we can see that this coraloid root is associated with nitrogen fixation, right? And stems are, they are unbranched. Unbranched in which one? In cycas it is unbranched. Unbranched in cycas, or it is branched in, branched in which one? In pinus and citrus. Pinus and citrus. Okay, so here stem, root, stem and leaf, you can see the differentiation in the plant body. And in cycas you can see root, taproot and coraloid roots. And stem we can see unbranched in cycas. In cycas stem is unbranched, but branched stem is also there, which is found in pinus and citrus type of plants. Clear? And leaves, what about leaves? We said about roots and stem. Leaf, that may be simple leaf or it may be compound leaf. Okay, depends upon the plant type. So leaf may be simple leaf or compound leaf. And in cycas, you can see pinnate leaves, pinnate leaves. And these leaves in cycas, the pinnate leaves, they persist for few years. It will come for few years. It won't grow and it won't dry very easily. It will be there for few years. Which one? In cycas. Okay. And generally gymnosperm, in gymnosperm, generally when we are saying about leaves, these leaves are well adapted to the extreme conditions like high temperature, humidity, wind and all. Okay, these are adapted for extreme conditions. Okay, so these are well adapted to extreme conditions like temperature, wind, humidity and all. And in conifers which are coming under gymnosperms, you can see needle-like leaves. Needle-like leaves you can see in conifers. Why? What is the use of that needle-like leaf? See, needle-type leaves means they are reducing the surface area, right? In that, surface area is less. They are reducing the surface area, and cuticle will be thick, right? Surface area is less, cuticle is thick, and stomata will be sunken stomata, right? Stomata, that is sunken type stomata. So what will happen here? Needle like leaves means surface area is less, stomata is sunken stomata, and cuticle is thick. What is the benefit of all these things? Here you can reduce the water loss, reducing water loss. So that can reduce water loss. And here, see this conifers you can see in such type of areas, right? In such areas or in such land, areas you can see this conifers. So there it is adapted for extreme conditions, right? Here extreme condition means water is very less or high temperature is there that need to save water. So here needle like leaves that is helping to survive in such kind of extreme conditions, like the needle like leaves are helping to reduce the surface area, and it is having thick cuticle and sunken stomata. So finally it is helping to reduce the water loss. Clear? So here general features of gymnosperms we said, right? And next we need to say about like this gymnosperms, and one more type of plant is there. What is that? Angiosperms. Gymnosperms and angiosperms. These gymnosperms and angiosperms, these are collectively included under spermatophyta, right? These are included under spermatophyta. That means seed bearing plants. Both are having seed, right? Seed bearing plants. Which one? Gymnosperms and angiosperms both are called as seed bearing plants or spermatophyta because both are having seed. But what is the difference? Gymnosperms, they have naked seed, and angiosperms, they have covered seed, right? So gymnosperms are naked seeded plants. Gymnosperms, that is, here no fruit formation in gymnosperms. No fruit formation in gymnosperms, right? But fruit is not forming. What about the other things like embryo and seed formation? Embryo is there, then seed formation, that is also taking place. Embryo is there, seed is also getting formed, but no fruit formation. Fruit formation is not there. Embryo is forming, seed is getting formed, but fruit is not forming. In which one? In gymnosperms, right? But in angiosperms, seed is there. These are covered seeds and their fruit formation is there. Embryo, seed, fruit, everything is getting formed in angiosperms. While learning about angiosperms, we learned that. Then gymnosperms, they are very limited in distribution. Gymnosperms, they have limited distribution. They have limited distribution, and in which area they have found, like, especially in cold regions. Cold regions we can see this gymnosperms, and in India gymnosperms are found in Himalayan mountains. In India, Himalayan regions we can see this gymnosperms in India, and usually they'll occur in the slope of mountain, that means in the cold region, and that's why these gymnosperms are called as, or they are gymnosperms are xerophyte. Xerophyte. Okay, see all gymnosperms compared to Pteridophyta, they are little more higher type of plants, right? So gymnosperms, they have vascular system. They are vascular plants. Then vascular plants means vascular tissue is present. That means xylem and phloem, right? Xylem and phloem, that is present. And here xylem lacks xylem vessels. No xylem vessels here. In xylem, that doesn't have xylem vessels, and phloem, in phloem, no companion cells. Okay, xylem lacks xylem vessels and phloem lacks companion cells. In this also exceptional forms are there, like in the xylem of neetum, ephedra. In all these things, you can see vessels, xylem vessels. These are gymnosperms. Which one? Neetum and ephedra. Both are gymnosperms. But these gymnosperms, in that you can see presence of xylem vessel, right? They have true xylem vessels, and in this gymnosperm stem, you can see secondary growth. Secondary growth in stem of gymnosperm. So gymnosperm stem that is somewhat woody. They're thick and stem is woody. See, hope you have seen this type of plants like cycas. These are cycas. Okay, so you can see the stem which is woody type, and here like secondary growth is taking place. So stem is woody type, and most of the gymnosperm, they are woody type. Like we can say, we can use the term arborescent, that means woody, and that is having a tree habit, right? You can see it's like a tree only, right? But some are there which are like shrub. Some of them are like shrub, like ephedra. Ephedra, that is like shrub. Some like shrub, example is ephedra. Clear? So this kind of examples you need to note down. Special cases. Okay. And some gymnosperms, they are like woody climbers. Neetum. That is woody climbers. Example, neetum. Okay. Next, we need to move to the life cycle of gymnosperms. Okay. Life cycle. So here all the points which I have mentioned, all the points are very important, nothing to delete from this. If you are covering all these points, you can score good marks. So life cycle of gymnosperms. Next we are going to explain life cycle of gymnosperms. Okay, so all gymnosperms, they are heterosporous plants. All are heterosporous. Heterosporous plants. All, we know that while learning about pteridophyte, we said what is the heterosporous condition. So all gymnosperms are heterosporous plants, and they are producing, heterosporous means they are producing two kinds of haploid spores. Two kinds of haploid spores. Which are the two kinds of haploid spores? Microspores and megaspores, right? Microspores and another type is megaspores. So where these microspores are getting produced? Within microsporangium. Microspores in microsporangium and megaspores in megasporangium, right? And where the sporangia are getting produced? Sporangia, They are forming, they are getting formed on sporophyll. On sporophyll. Okay, so sporangia, they are born on sporophyll and these are arranged spirally along an axis. Okay, so here you can see the strobili or cones. Strobili or cones. So these are spirally arranged. So this strobili bearing microsporophyll and microsporangia, they are called as microsporangiate cones. Okay, microsporangiate cone. What is microsporangiate cone? See, the strobili bearing microsporophyll and microsporangia that are called as, together it is called as microsporangiate cone or male strobili or male cone. Male cone or male strobili. Clear? Then another point, within microsporangium, many microspore mother cells are present, right? In microsporangium, many microspore mother cells are there. Microspore mother cells. In short form, we can write as MMC. Microspore mother cells are present. Many microspore mother cells are present. And this will undergo, what will happen to this microspore mother cell, which is in diploid condition? This will undergo meiosis, right? And it is producing haploid microspores. Haploid microspores, right? Microspore mother cell will undergo meiosis. Meiosis is a reduction division and that produces many haploid microspores. Then this microspores that will germinate. So the germination, that is the next step. Microspores are getting produced and this germination of microspore that is taking place within the microsporangium. In microsporangium, there it is getting germinated. So that is called endosporic germination. That is called as endosporic germination. Okay, so here you will get a question, endosporic germination. So the microspore mother cell that will undergo meiosis and that will produce many haploid microspores. Microspores are in haploid condition. Microspore mother cell is in a diploid condition. So it is undergoing meiosis and producing microspores. Then this microspore is getting germinated within microsporangium. So it is called as endosporic germination. Okay, then this microspore that will develop, microspore that is getting developed into pollen grain. Pollen grain. Okay, microspore is getting developed into pollen grain and then male gametophyte, which is highly reduced and it is confined to mate only the limited number of cells. Okay, see in cycas, this you note down, cycas 5 cells, pinus 6 cells. See that these many cells are present in a mature male gametophyte. Clear? In male gametophyte, 5 cells. In cycas and in pinus it will be 6 cells. See the development, then the pollen grain is formed, right? This pollen grain development of this pollen grain, that is taking place within the microsporangia. Pollen grain development is taking place in microsporangia. Right. Then the cones or the strawberry bearing cluster group of megasporophyll with megasporangia. With megasporangia, they are called as what? Megasporangiate cones. Like here we said about the male one, right? Microsporangiate cones, we said like that. Megasporangiate cones or female cones are there. Okay, cones with or the cones bearing megasporophyll. Strawberry bearing, cluster of strawberry bearing megasporophyll. That is called as, it is known as what? Female cones or megasporangiate cone. Female or megasporangiate cone. Okay. So when the male and female cones are produced on the same tree, that members are called as monoecious. Male and female on same tree. Male and female cones on same tree, that is called as monoecious. Monoecious. So for monoecious, you can see examples, pinus. Right. When male and female cones or megasporophyll, they are born on different trees. Male cone and female cone on different trees, they are called as dioecious. So in cycas, male cones and megasporophylls, they are born on different trees. Male cone and female cone, they are on different trees. In cycas, that is dioecious. Dioecious because male cone and megasporophyll, that means microsporophyll and megasporophyll, they are on different trees. That's why they are dioecious. Clear? So both monoecious and dioecious plants are there. It is depending upon the plant type. Right? We have already said in general features. Then in gymnosperms, megasporangium is made of diploid tissues. Okay. In gymnosperm, now we are learning about gymnosperm. So in gymnosperm, megasporangium, the female one, that is made of diploid tissue. Diploid tissue, and that is called nucellus. Nucellus, made of diploid tissue, also called nucellus. The diploid tissue, that is called as nucellus, and this is covered with envelope. Covered with envelope, and that is called as integument. Integument. Okay. So this composite structure, that is called as integumented megasporangium. Right. First, it is made up of diploid tissue, megasporangium, that is made up of diploid tissue, which is called as nucellus, and that is covered with envelope type. structure which is called as integument. So together this complete structure is called as integumented megasporangium. Megasporangium or ovule. Integumented megasporangium, or we can call it as ovule. The same terms you can see in the case of angiosperms also. So learn it here itself. There you can use the same, because from here this is another type of plant or little more evolved one compared to algae, bryophyte and pteridophyte. So from hereafter you're moving to the next one more developed one, that is angiosperm, little more developed type of plants, right? So what is that? Integumented megasporangium, or it is called as ovule. Then this nucellus, we said about nucellus, right? In nucellus, one cell. Nucellus is made up of, it is diploid, it is in diploid condition, it is of diploid cells, and one cell of the nucellus that will get differentiated into megaspore mother cell, that will form megaspore mother cell, right? From the nucellus cells, one cell will get differentiated into megaspore mother cell, and this megaspore mother cell, that is in diploid condition, right? So that will undergo which division? Meiosis, right? And it forms 4 haploid megaspores. 4 haploid megaspores, right? And among the 4 haploid megaspores, 3 megaspores, 3 degenerates, and only 1 megaspore will remain functional. One remains functional. Okay, so nucellus, which is in diploid condition, from that one cell will get differentiated and that will act as a megaspore mother cell, which is in a diploid condition, or 2n number of chromosomes. So it will undergo meiosis. Meiosis is a reduction division, and after reduction division, 4 haploid megaspores will get formed, and out of this 4 haploid megaspores, 3 degenerates and 1 remain functional. And the functional megaspore, here one is functional, right? It is remaining as such. So that functional megaspore, what will happen to that? Functional megaspore that germinate inside the megasporangium. Germinate inside the megasporangium. That germinate inside the megasporangium, and that develops into multicellular female gametophyte, which is called as endosperm. This develops into endosperm or multicellular. It will here functional megaspore that is germinating inside the megasporangium, right? And that is getting developed into a multicellular condition, a multicellular female gametophyte, that is also called as endosperm. Clear? So this multicellular, here multicellular condition, right? This multicellular, but it is not completely developed. Less developed female gametophyte that is retained within the megasporangium, right? It is retained in the ovule. But here you can compare this with the bryophyte and pteridophyte. In bryophytes and pteridophyte, male gametophyte and female gametophyte, they have an independent existence, right? Or they are free living, they are having a free living existence. In gymnosperms and angiosperm, male and female gametophyte, they do not have free living existence, right? They remain within the sporangia and retained on the sporophyte. Clear? Then here the pollen grains, they are released from the microsporangium and they are carried in the air currents, or through wind it will be carried, and they'll come in contact with the opening of megasporophylls. Okay, so it is reaching the megasporophyll through air, or with the help of air, that pollination, wind pollination is taking place, or like that some kind of pollination will be there, and that will come in contact with the uh, opening of ovules on megasporophyll. So the ovule structure you can learn in detail in the case of angiosperms. While learning about angiosperms, we'll learn the detailed structure of that. Next, what we need to see now, it is reaching near the ovule, right? And each pollen grain, that pollen grain, what it will do, that will produce the pollen tube, produces pollen tube. Okay, and this pollen tube will carry two male gametes. This carries two male gametes, and where it will go, it will grow towards the archegonia in the ovule, towards archegonia in ovule, right? And when it is reaching near that, that releases or that discharge its content, that means two male gametes are getting discharged. When it is reaching near the archegonia in the ovule, that discharges its contents, that means which are the contents, or what are the contents, two male gametes, which is near the mouth of the archegonia, it is getting discharged. And among the two male gametes, one male gamete fuses with the female gamete. One male gamete fuses with female gamete. One male gamete fuses with the female gamete, and another male gamete degenerates. See, this is just, it is a chance. Okay, if something is happening to one, another one will fuse. Here one is getting fused and the other one doesn't have any role, so it is getting degenerated. So fertilization is performed within that archegonia, and the fertilization is resulting in the formation of zygote. Here zygote is getting formed as a result of fertilization, and the embryo formation is also taking place within the ovule. So within the ovule, fertilization, embryo formation, everything is taking, right? It is taking place. So the fertilized ovule which is having the embryo, fertilized ovule with embryo, which is having the embryo, that is called as seed. Clear? And these seeds in gymnosperms, the seeds are not covered with ovary wall or fruit wall, so they are called as naked seeds or gymnosperms. Okay, see, means gymnosperms or gymnosperm seeds, they are formed, but ovary or fruit, that is not formed. Okay, that's why they are called as naked seeded plants. And here the seeds which is containing embryo, see, seeds with embryo, that seeds within with the embryo that is having 2n or diploid condition, that can form a new diploid sporophytic plant on germination. The seed can germinate and that can form a new plant which is also in a diploid condition. Okay, so that's how new plants, next generation, is getting formed. Fertilized ovule with embryo, that is forming the seed, and the seed that can give rise to a new plant. Okay, it can germinate and it can form a new plant. Clear? So this is the whole life cycle of gymnosperm. So almost similar you can learn in angiosperms also, but there you can see slight changes because here that is not having ovary or fruit formation is not there, but there in angiosperms they are covered seeds. You can see um, ovary and fruit formation there you can see. Clear? Or covered seeds you can see. Next is about fertilization. Two types of fertilization is taking place in gymnosperms: pseudo-siphonogomy. Two types: pseudo-siphonogomy, siphonogamy. Actually, this is seen in lower gymnosperms. Lower gymnosperms. See, male gametes are motile and that is getting transferred to female gamete by pollen tube. Okay, and another type of fertilization is siphonogamy. In this type of fertilization, this is in higher gymnosperms. Just note down this. Male gametes, in this, male gametes are non-motile. And these are transferred to female gamete or the egg by pollen tube. So after pollination, male and female gametes are fused and they are forming a diploid zygote. Okay. And here the life cycle of gymnosperm, what we can say about this? Diplontic. Diplontic life cycle. Why we are saying like that? Because gametophytic generation is short-lived and gametophyte is very reduced and that depends on its sporophyte. Clear? So diplontic life cycle you can see. Okay, and gymnosperms, here you can see this gymnosperms, they are divided into two groups. Okay, gymnosperms are divided into two groups. Okay, Cycadophyta, which are lower gymnosperms, and Coniferophyta, higher gymnosperms. Cycadophyta, which are lower gymnosperms. Coniferophyta, they are higher gymnosperms. Okay, so Cycadophyta means plants of this group. They are megaphilous or macrophilous and they have circinate venation. And the presence of ramenta, we learned that what is ramenta, and male gamete is motile. In which one? In Cycadophyta. So Cycadophyta, that is divided into three orders again, like Cycadophilicales, then Bennetit, Bennetitales, then Cycadales. Okay, so living Cycadophytes, they are included in Cycadales, the third type. Okay, and cycas, like we can call that as fern palm or sagopalm. Okay, and sago, this is the one cycus, and this sago that is obtained from its stem. And in cycus, you can see the female cone that is absent. Female cone is absent. So this is the female plant and this is the male plant in cycus. Then we said up about coniferophyta. Coniferophyta, like in this also four orders are included, like ginkgoels, then cordatails, needles, and coniferous. Okay, this is just for your knowledge I'm saying. And among that you need to learn this is ginkgo. Ginkgo, this is coming under ginkgoels. Okay, Ginkgo biloba, this is living fossil and it is also called as maiden hair tree. Ginkgo biloba, maiden hair tree. Then coniferales, for example, we can say pinus, cedrus, taxus, all these are coming under coniferales. Then needles, for that example is neem. Okay, so these are the main types of gymnosperms which you want to learn. And we have learned about algae, then bryophytes, pteridophytes, and gymnosperms. The most advanced type of plants, angiosperms, that we want to learn. So hope you can make out the differences or the evolution of these plant types, right? First you have learned about algae, then bryophyte, then pteridophytes, and now gymnosperms also you have covered. So just make a table and mention the characteristic features with examples with special cases. So it will be easy for you to make a quick review and it will be easy to go through this chapter within half an hour. So by 20 minutes or 30 minutes you can cover each of them, right, with examples, with exceptional cases, and like that you can make the studies very easily. Okay, so next we'll learn about angiosperms also. Thank you.